Okay, so there is a lot of madness going on in the world at the moment. 2023, what a time to be alive, am I right? So you can be forgiven. I'm willing to forgive you if certain moments of madness slip under your radar from time to time. I get it. Not all of you are professional grifter gossip bitches like myself. You're not paying attention to all of these idiots. Not hyper-focused on everybody's minute facial expressions. Just waiting for one false move. One careless turn of phrase from anyone in the public eye and we're gonna pounce! Like lionesses on the Serengeti waiting for a lame zebra amongst the herd. There will be no mercy. Actually, I think lionesses probably is too much of a compliment. It makes us sound far more noble than we actually are. More like orcas smashing boats up. We see all these famous people in the public eye going out there doing their thing. Just like the orcas watch people out there having a good time on their boats with their families. And we're just like, oh, look at them idiots. Smash! Anyway, I bet you're all wondering which bandwagon this grifter bitch is going to jump on today, eh? Well, I'll tell you. Everyone has been captivated in recent months, and understandably so, with these high-profile companies self-destructing with woke advertising campaigns, a la Bud Light, The North Face.
Hi, it's me, Patagonia, a real-life homosexual.
Amongst others. Yes, 2023 is a bizarre time to be alive. The facts really are stranger than fiction. Life is very much imitating art. It seems like these companies are getting their marketing strategies from super hands.
I am very particular about the kind of establishment I run, though. It needs to make a political statement, yeah? Very strong political statement.
Does it? Are you sure? Because I really don't think it does.
What I do not understand, however, is how the CEO of Chick-Fil-A got away with these shenanigans.
Some of our closing moments here about a story that was shared with me by a dear friend who shared with me about a revival that was taking place at a church in Texas. And at that revival on the front seat was an older African-American man that was sitting there. And this young man got up that was there in that service, and he'd been so gripped with conviction about the racism that was in that local community in a small town in Texas that he took a shoe brush and he walked over to this elderly gentleman and he knelt on his knees and began to shine his shoes.
That surely didn't happen. At what point would you think it would be good to walk up to anybody and start shining their shoes? If we're to believe this anecdote, a white man in a small town in Texas at church walked up to a black man in the church in the middle of some kind of racism epidemic that the village was going through, got out his shine box, which he just happened to have on him, like the Pope washing the feet of the disabled or an infatuated young girl braiding her pony's mane. He approached that black man that he'd never met in his life. I'm going to shine his shoes up real nice. That's the most racist thing I've ever heard. How patronised would you feel?
Excuse me, what are you doing? Stop that.
And tears began to flow in that service.
Yeah, I think I would cry from the cringe, from the second-hand embarrassment. Would definitely be crying watching the only black guy in the church receive a shoe shine against his will. You'd just have to sit through it, wouldn't you? What could you do?
It was an attitude of conviction. So I invite folks to put some words to action here.
Those of you who haven't seen this video are now wondering, what is he doing? That's right.
Some words to action here. And if we need to find somebody that needs to have their shoe shine, we need to just go right on over and shine their shoes. And whether they got tennis shoes on or not, maybe they got sandals on.
I love that bit when he realises he's wearing trainers. Oh, damn, he's wearing tennis shoes. I thought he'd be wearing patent leather loafers like all my friends do.
It really doesn't matter.
The gentleman's face tells a different story. Seems he's not best pleased about getting his Air Jordans scuffed up by your fucking leather brush.
But there's a time in which we need to have, some personal action here. Maybe we need to give them a hug, too.
Give them a hug. They like being hugged. Rub their belly, maybe. Give them a little pat on the head. Good boy.
Give them a hug, too, brother.
Oh, man, he said, brother. He's this close to dropping an N-bomb.
Brother.
And some stock in Chick-Fil-A.
But
everything about that interaction is perfect. he tries to make it less awkward by saying, "Oh, give me some stock in Chick-fil-A as well, you know, while you're at it. Not just a hug. I'd like some stock in your very successful company." Ha ha. And he just walks away without acknowledging the joke at all.
And some stock in Chick-fil-A.
But I bought about 1,500 of these, and I gave to all our Chick-fil-A operators and staff a number of years ago.
This whole interview was so confusing to me. I don't understand what's going on. Am I supposed to believe that at Chick-fil-A, we don't have Chick-fil-A in Europe, as far as I know, certainly not here in Spain, right? But do the workers of Chick-fil-A, do they shine your shoes for you? Because according to this ad we're about to watch now, that's what they do, right? I thought it was just this one Cringe interview with the CEO. They've done a whole fucking advertising campaign about how they will shine your shoes. What's going on, America? What is happening? Do they only shine your shoes if you're from a certain demographic? Will they shine your shoes only if they're dirty? And also, is it going to be awkward? Are you going to be like wearing Air Force Ones and they come over with a brush and friggin' shoe polish and you're like, I can't really... Doesn't matter how dirty they are, the shine box isn't going to help, right? It's only going to work if you're wearing patent leather loafers, right? Or boat shoes, maybe. But is Chick-fil-A that upmarket? I don't know. These are all things you need to explain.
I walked into Chick-fil-A completely outnumbered. My husband was away at military leadership training, and the kids were doing this. Miss Carol brought me water, something to eat, and then before I knew it, she was tying Margot's shoes up and carrying her out to the car.
It always makes me feel good if that helps somebody.
America, I've got so many questions. Let's start with, why is this woman still working? Why don't you ever take a day off in America? Like in Europe, nobody's working when they look like that. It's over. You know, we're all retired and living off the state, right? And I get it, the American dream, you know, individualism, right? I admire you in many ways, right? I really do. At the same time, you know, is it such a dog-eat-dog Shark Tank, the United States of America, that when you look like that, she shouldn't be doing anything other than maybe some light rockery work in her backyard? All right? That is it. She should not be working scrubbing anybody's shoes, especially when she's got some mad CEO breathing down her neck telling her to single out particular demographics for shoe shining. What is going on? And don't get me wrong, it's not I have no problem that the people whose shoes she's shining look a certain way. That's not my beef, right? I do find it weird that the CEO feels the need to go and shine certain demographics' shoes. Is there some kind of unconscious bias there? Certain demographics can't shine their own shoes? What is the logic behind that? There's surely equality in Chick-fil-A. Everyone's eating there because they can, right? Or because they can't eat anywhere else. Chick-fil-A, where is that? Is that like mid-range? You have so many fast food stores, fast food chains in America, don't you? It's hard to keep up. I don't know if Chick-fil-A is particularly cheap and nasty or brilliant. I don't know. I see comedians joking about Olive Garden all the time now. That's like the go-to punchline. I don't know what an Olive Garden is. Some say it's terrible. I see memes where they're like, that guy's dressed like he works at Olive Garden. Is that a good thing? He's wearing a three-piece suit. You live in one of the strangest places on earth. It's both amazing and terrible. I would not want that to happen to my grandmother. She lived through the bombing in the Second World War, which claimed the lives of 7 brothers and sisters and her father all in the same night. But I would not want her to be working at Chick-Fil-A and get with a shine box and carrying kids to the SUVs. What is get it together, America. All right? I know you love money and capitalism, and so do I. So, I mean, who doesn't, right? Lenin? But I'm just saying, if there's a little bit of balance sometimes, okay, so that grandma don't have to it's degrading. I don't know. There's my 2 cents on the whole Chick-fil-A drama. I'll catch you in the next one. See you in the next one. Goodbye. Thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe, all the rest of it. Bye.
I went in the next day because I just wanted to make sure she knew how much I appreciated her help.
I'm just so glad there was somebody there when she really needed it.
That's gonna go on my refrigerator.
Jenny.